Hey everyone, Zach Finds Fish here. Doing a vlog. I have a couple coupons for Meijer. You guys, if you're from the Midwest, you might have recognized as I was pulling in. I have a couple coupons for Meijer. If you didn't know, you randomly get spit out coupons at Meijer, and sometimes you'll get, coupons for random things, but also you'll sometimes get coupons for $10. So I have two of those. Now, granted, it has to be separate orders, but we're gonna use both of those. Both of them expire tomorrow. So we're gonna go inside, check out some lures, hang out, and see what we can find. This I almost said Walmart. This Meijer has looked like it's got almost like a better selection now. They've added some things. So let's go check out and see if maybe they've restocked. I doubt it, but for $20, I can get some cool things. Let's go inside. So I'm in this Meijer pretty frequently. I take my daughter here to see the fish and things like that. So I'm always looking at the fishing section. So maybe we'll get lucky. I'm always hoping that they restock, but I will say it has gotten bigger. All right, welcome to the Meijer fishing section. Now, I've shown you a lot of Walmart, but not really Meijer. And so they've gotten some new things like the Crush City Customs by Rapala. They got the Ned heads, the Ned BLTs, and then the cleanup craw. But really, that's all I've seen there. And then there was some maybe new Rapalas, or I mean, these might be new. Down here, no. Maybe this frog, I'm not sure, but it looks pretty much the same, unfortunately. So what I think I might want to do, I have $20 to spend free thanks to Meijer. Now granted, I forgot to look at Walmart. So they have the 3/8 and the 3/8 in chatterbaits for $5, and I don't know if that's cheaper than Walmart. I doubt it, but for example, $7 for a chatterbait. I mean, just because it's chartreuse and white, that's ridiculous. I can't remember. Somebody said MEPS. I can't remember the number, if it was 3 or 5. But this one, I feel like it was 5. But granted, that's again almost $7. They do have these here, which I really like. They're really heavy though. I feel like these, they don't say the weight on them, but I feel like they're 1/2 ounce. They're really heavy, or 3/8. Then they have those black ones back there, or gray. Those are probably 1/2 ounce. So let's check those out. But I actually don't mind those. So I actually might get these because I do need some more jig heads. But otherwise, again, they're pretty slim pickings at this Meijer. I'm gonna get these. And so like, I wish I could. I mean, I've been thinking about getting something like this, a Rapala like measuring stick. But for right now, I don't think it's necessarily a thing I want. But we're gonna keep looking and see if we can find anything cool. Back at the hooks, I do wish they just had more. I do need some jig heads. I have like really small ones, but I don't know. They don't have any like Ned head, a floating head. Interesting. But I would love to get some like Ned heads, some football jigs, things like that, but they don't have those here, or at least I've just not seen them. Again, this is just when I wish Meijer had like a better selection, because I swear it's looked the same since I've gotten into fishing about like 7 months ago. The only thing that they've added is the Crush City stuff, but we got free money, so we got to spend it. All right, so I did find some more, looks like swim jigs, and it almost looks like it has like a misplaced one. I don't know why it's in there. They have one right here, then they have one I think in here. No, there's one more somewhere. I just threw it right here. Like, that looks so weird. That looks just like they messed up and they're like, just throw it in a bag. Just throw it in a bag, it's fine. And I'm not gonna complain, because again, I do have some, oh, here we go. We got some here. We got here for Texas Rig. We have some of that stuff. The only thing is, Meijer does upcharge on a lot of their stuff, and it's just, if I could go to Walmart and get this stuff, I would. You'd get it for probably half the price, or at least a couple dollars cheaper. But I mean, it's just, a lot of their stuff is so expensive. So right now I'm holding these two kind of like Texas Rig style hooks, or maybe like swim jigs, but I can't find anything that I would use or like. And it's tough. It's tough when everything's so expensive. But we're gonna keep looking. So we're completely starting over because I think, honestly, with the $10, I wanna get something that's cool and fun to use, and hooks are not it. So I'm gonna just start looking at lures again, but again, it's just, everything's so expensive. So really I could get like maybe 1, maybe 2 lures. But really just everything is so expensive here at Meijer. To try to like budget out a couple lures. I mean, I could get a few things here. You know, they have some spoons here that I could get, which honestly have been working really, really well. I mean, at least at the river. I haven't really tried them, but I wouldn't mind getting something a little bit smaller. So this is a 2/5 ounce, something like that. This one looks kind of cool. Got like the diamonds on it. The 3 of diamonds here. Doesn't have the weight on it. Something like that. Kind of work through some of these spoons because these are $3.39 and spoons haven't actually worked for me. But for some little Clio, so I bet this one is actually not $3.39. So let's go price check. Let's find out. $5. $5 for a 2/5 ounce spoon. So this one's a little bit more expensive, but I could get something like that and kind of work our way through these. I mean, I could get something that looks like it. A little bit shaped a little bit differently, but I kind of am digging that one. You know, and get something that I had a lot of good luck with it at the river. If I could find one that was purple, that'd be good too, but I don't know if I've not seen another one like the one I threw at the river. And now granted, I know these lures may not be for bass, but there's some in here that I think would just be fun to throw. Like, look at this massive popper. I mean, it's the size of my hand, so I know it's, I mean, maybe it's for bass, I don't know, but some of these would just be really hilarious to throw. Like, I mean, this thing is huge. It's like the head of a snake. I mean, it's just, some of them are crazy looking. I mean, those look pretty good. And then you got some more here. I have the swim jigs for that, or at least one, not to match. But these actually look pretty good. These are $6. You know, I know big fish do like bigger stuff, and you kind of isolate yourself if you use bigger things to catch bigger fish. But like, that looks really good too. And it's heavy though, so it's a quarter ounce jig, or yeah, quarter ounce jig. But it feels heavy, and I don't know if it's because of the jig or what. But it's just like, once they break, you know, how do you replace them? You know? But they look really good too. So I actually found these. These are a quarter ounce. And these actually look really good too. These would work really well, I think, in the pond. And these are only $4.79. So I actually think I'm gonna get these. So these are $4.79, which leaves me with just over $5. Now again, plus tax. So I'm, again, trying to get things for free here. So I actually gonna start looking at these lures again, these spoons here, which I have had luck with. But you know, I was really hoping to see if I could find like a purple one. That one actually looks good. That one looks like a perch bluegill. That one's actually not bad, more natural. It's not crazy big. So I'm actually go check the price on that one. Let's go check that out. All right, so the price of the spoon is $3.39, so not too bad. All right, so I think these two items are going to be what I get with the first $10. It'll give me, there'll be a plus minus there. I probably won't spend the whole thing there. But now I think it's like, do I get something like this, where like the taxes bring me over? A lunker, you know, a phantom spider, that's cool. You know, when you have free money, right? When they give you coupons like this, you're just so particular with what you want to get because you want to get good things, right? And when you're so limited with what they have, it's tough. You just kind of end up walking up and down the aisle, looking at everything and seeing it 700 times and nothing changes. But you're like, oh, I'm gonna find that one thing. I'm gonna find it, but have not. So I'm back at the little Clio here. This is the 2/5 ounce. So I actually think I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get these power baits here and this spoon. So this will be two different orders. So this one is this one. This is $5. So if I'm gonna get that, I have roughly $4 to spend. So now it's gonna become the tricky part of, can I find anything worth $4 to spend? All right, so I actually went back to my video to see who commented it and which one it was. And it was the Mepps number 5 spinner here. I don't know if it was a color, I can't remember, but it was Mepps number 5. We're gonna get this. This was recommended from us, from somebody. So I think it was John, I think it was. Thanks for recommending it. And we're gonna get it and check it out. So now this lure is almost $7. So that takes a huge chunk. So that is $7. I have $3 left per se. I'm actually gonna put this one back since I do have it's a little heavy. I think it's a 7/8 ounce spoon already. And since I'm getting this, so this is, where is it? This is $4.79. Definitely gonna get these two. These can't go together. So that's $4.79. So I could open it up a little bit. $4.79, $4.79, $4.79. I could probably get a smaller spoon, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But then now we're kind of going back into, like, that's a spinner spoon, I get it, but I don't know if I necessarily need both of those, because I am trying to get some like unique things. And I already have a spoon, but I don't have one that small. It's a nice, I feel like it's a nice weight too. This one is, I mean, it keeps calling to me, but I don't know. So it keeps coming back to me. I think I am gonna get it. Where did I put it? Right here. So I actually am gonna get it. I'm gonna get it with those two. So that's $5, this is $4.79. So probably with tax is gonna go over $5 a little bit. Then I have this one, which is almost $7. Actually, after all of that, I'm pulling an audible. We're gonna get the little Clio red. We're going to get the Mepps number 5. And I'm gonna get some braid so I can actually use my spinner bait, or my spinner rod. So I'm gonna get some 30-pound braid here, which is the moss green, and I'll be able to use my mono as backing and use my mono as a leader per se. But you know, this will be about $3.50, $4 here. So I'll end up spending $4 for the braid and some change for the other lures. But I think that just makes sense because I want to be able to use my spinner rod, and I don't necessarily need any more lures. So the Mepps number 5 was recommended from you guys, and the little Clio, a little bit smaller, nice little red and white. Let's check out. All right, as I walk out of Meijer, I want to know how you guys would have spent that $20. It's tough. I mean, again, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's extremely picky on what they want to get, right? You have a mindset on what you're after, but they don't have it. So what do you get? So I went with the braid because I want to be able to use my spinning rod. So I'll get that all set up. And then I went with the rooster tail, right? I went with the Mepps number 5 because that was recommended to me from somebody in a previous video. They wrote in the comments. And I went with the Clio because honestly, spoons have been really good to me. So figured I'd get another one. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys would have done. And make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Because unfortunately, it's gonna be cold here soon. And I think spring fishing is just not yet started for me. So I'll see you guys soon.